I can see my whole project. So if you are doing live performance or DJ sets, then the push2 is great. When it comes to the Maschine, I really like that the finger drumming space here is most of the device. When I finger drum on the push, I use this little corner, and I just don't like all these empty pads. Whereas with Maschine mk3, when I'm working with the Maschine, I am using all of it. I like the fact that this is smaller. It's like a good 5 centimeters narrower. They've got beautiful aftertouch, as you can hear there. The thing is, I'm a really good pianist, so for me it's just not worth learning how to play these pads really well. I find it so incredibly helpful to be able to read what's on the button, even if I'm not needing the button. And also these buttons, don't know if you can hear that, but basically they make a sound. They're like these old school little buttons. Whereas the push2 ones are like slick and smooth and soft. And to be honest, I just prefer this. I found that when I was using the push2, my workflow was almost pushed into a certain direction. And that's neither good nor bad. But the workflow that I felt I was kind of being pushed into with this device was just not the kind of workflow that generated the results that I liked. I prefer that on the Maschine based on how its sample engine works. That I can pitch shift, that I can warp individual samples in here. I just cannot do that from the push. I can do that in Ableton, I cannot do that from the push. And that is really tragic to me. I really like the Ableton integration on this. Although workarounds exist with the Maschine, it's not the same. It sucks, but like to me it's more of a Sketchpad, and at the end of the day I'm happy to take that extra step to import things into Ableton and work around it so that I can have this tactile function as a Sketchpad and then do my production work in Ableton. I don't know if I would ever only use Maschine. At least for the foreseeable future, I'm always going to be finishing the tracks in Ableton. The mk3 has basically an audio interface in it, so I've got all these cool things. If you like sampling from records, you can plug your record player into this and sample straight from the record player into here and chop. With the push2, you really need to power it up externally, otherwise it's going to be damn as... Look, I mean, it's like, it looks off. It's crazy, and then I plug it in and then it's great. Having to have 2 chords is not great. With this, I don't need it at all. The Maschine and the Maschine software to me is like a Sketchpad. It's really fun to have it out, to lay down a beat, to put down some ideas, and that's that. But when I'm actually in post-production, I will work in Ableton. Now the reason the push2 wasn't a good Sketchpad for me was that I often would use it and then I'd have to go back to the computer anyway because I couldn't manipulate samples in here. It's not that you can't manipulate samples from the push, it's that I couldn't manipulate them in the way that I wanted. I can't really say that one of these devices is better than the other. It really depends what kind of music you make, what you are using it for, and what your goal is. You don't need these things. You know, if you want to make good music, you don't need much. But there comes a certain point where you want to improve your workflow, or you want to have a different challenge, or you want to try something new, or try and find the fun in it again, or you want to just like spend some money, or you want to support a certain company, or you want to see what the fuss is about, or you want to look cool. That's it, guys. I've linked a really great video in my description as well. It's one that I watched before I bought the Maschine mk3. Talking about buying things, you can also support me and my channel. Go to littlebeatshop.com. There are tons of great samples that I've made there that you can use in your beats, and I use them in my beats in my official releases. I'll see you guys soon, or not, whatevs. I'll see you sometime, maybe, I don't know, if I'm alive tomorrow. Okay, that's very dark. Bye!